Dr. Mimi, will Encik Nazri join us this afternoon?
I'm not sure. I'll ask.
All right. Okay. Okay, so those who just join us, okay, this afternoon, welcome to Digital Skills for 21st Century Educators Session 1. So the short form for this course or program is DICED, DICED. All right, this is a CSR program, UTHM, and also Batu Pahat District Education Office, PPD. All right, so welcome everyone. So we are waiting for the others. Okay, the rest. We were told that there will be around 30 participants. Okay, joining us this afternoon. We'll start at 2:30. Okay, and also this session is being recorded. So later on, okay, we will also share the recorded video to all participants. Okay, we will start in 2 minutes.
Assalamualaikum, salam sejahtera everyone. Hi Zainal, hi
Waalaikumsalam.
Mimi.
Waalaikumsalam, Cikgu Talha.
I'll just be the silent observer.
Okay, so Cikgu Talha will be observing me this afternoon.
Hi Mimi.
Hi. Sorry. I was trying to look for the button.
Okay, so let's welcome Cik Nazri. I think he just joined us. Okay, Cik Nazri from PPD. Is that correct? Cik Nazri Samad.
Yes, I am.
Okay, right. Cik Nazri, what is the duration for this afternoon session? 1 hour is too short, I think.
All right. Okay. Hi, guys. Okay. All right. So, hello, guys. All right. So this time around, as the premier, what we call that, the premier launching of our program. So we try to have a 1 hour session as a prelude or as an introductory session to all of you, especially teachers from Batu Pahat. So we start with 1 hour, then after that we can prolong it to the duration that all the teachers desire. It's all about teachers how you adapt and also how you wish that this session is the duration of this session. It all depends on teachers. And later on, after we completed our first introductory session, I will contact each and everyone, especially teachers in Batu Pahat, and see how long you need per session, and also what is the best time for you, the most flexible time for you to have this session. So I think, Mr. Zayan, that's all from me.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Cik Nazri. All right. So I think we should start
Okay.
because
All right.
yeah, uh,
Okay.
we are given only 1 hour. Okay. Okay. Assalamualaikum. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay. First of all, thank you and welcome. Okay. To this DICE. Okay. DICE stands for Digital Skills for 21st Century Educators. Okay. For your information, we are from Center for Language Studies, and all of us are actually also English teachers. Okay. Previously, I was at school. Dr. Mimi was also at school. Cik Talha was also at school, and Cik Fazita. So, very quick. Okay. Of this program. So perhaps it is good for me to introduce a little bit on the program. This is a CSR program. Okay. And there will be four of us, okay, sharing, not to claim that we are experts, actually. We just want to share. And also, we hope that teachers, okay, you guys can also share your own experience, okay, because we are learning from each other, okay. And these are our team members, okay. So some of you might know us, okay. Okay. So what is DICE actually? Okay, DICE. Okay, this will be very quick introduction for DICE, and then we'll go straight into what we want to achieve this afternoon. Actually, okay. DICE. Okay, it try to help teachers, you guys, to enhance your digital skills. We know that we understand that you have we have already used all those tools. Okay, you have the techniques, but together we are trying to enhance the digital skills and integration of technology into teaching and learning know-how. So this is the platform that we are providing, okay, for Batu Pahat district education. Okay, it is a platform to share expertise and knowledge. Okay, everyone here, okay, not us only. Okay, you guys are those practitioners. Okay, you are experts. So this is a platform for us to share what we have practice what we have done in our class with our students. Okay, and whatever tools, apps that we are introducing you, okay, it doesn't mean that we are prescribing you, okay, we are telling you, okay, this is the only way that you can use or how to use this, okay. No, we are offering alternative perhaps, okay, something that giving you some ideas, okay, on how to utilize all the tools available, okay. And we promise that all the tools that we are going to share with you, okay, will be a free version, okay. I think my own experience, okay, I only use the free version tools or apps, okay. And of course, we are looking at the creativity, okay. We are learning from each other, perhaps, okay. I can learn from you guys, okay, how you use certain tools, okay, for certain activities in your classroom, okay. And it is not a one-off CSR program, okay. Usually CSR program is a one-off, okay, after 2 hours, after 3 hours, after 1 day, then you are on your own, okay. But this is a continuous, okay, program through the implementation of Committee of Practice or COP. So we talked to with PPD Dr. Saimi last time, and his intention is actually to make not today we have supposedly we have 30 teachers, okay. If not all, some of you will be trainers at your school level or at a few schools, okay, and other schools can call you for training. All right, so that is what we were asked by Dr. Saimi himself. Okay, so these are some of the learning contents that we are going to focus. So this is the first session, okay. This first session, we are going to talk about basic principles and issues, understanding the learners and instructional design. And along the way, we also introduce you, okay, tools that you already use. Okay, we'll do some activities together, okay, for 1 hour. So I don't have much time actually, okay. And then the next 2 sessions, okay, we will focus on tools on how to create learning content, on how to quickly create your audio, for example. Okay, there's one message. Okay, my audio is not really clear. Is that true, Dr. Mimi? How's my audio?
It's clear for me.
Okay, right. So tools to create activities, tools to create. Okay, thank you. For assessment. Okay, assessment for learning, assessment as learning. Okay, and so on. And the last part will be redesigning 21st century teaching and learning. Okay, we will talk about collaborative, flip, blended, gamification, augmented reality. Okay, so hopefully, usually this program will take us, okay, full program could be a 1 week program, okay, 5-day program times 6, meaning 30 hours, but we are only given 5 hours. Okay, so due to that, okay, we have structured our DICE program into this structure. Okay, we have virtual or hybrid training sessions. So today we are having our first virtual training sessions. Okay, and then there will be another 2 sessions, total of 5 hours, and then supported by tutorial videos and also e-module. Okay, so we are not going to show you, okay, in this 5 session, okay, on how to, okay, on how to sign up, on how to create, but rather it is more towards on how to apply these tools into the classroom, okay. And we also have after program consultations, okay. Anyone, okay, if you have any problem, anything, okay, you can ask us, okay. We can help each other, and of course the COP that I mentioned just now. Okay, next is the part 1. Okay, why we introduce these DICE? Okay, everyone knows that nowadays, okay, schools have been closed for many months, actually almost 2 years since last year, and then on and off, and you come to school and then go back to PDPR and so on. Okay, so the ministry has given us some guidelines actually on this PDPR. Okay, how teachers should conduct or implement PDPR. Okay, and there are many issues. Okay, a lot of issues that we are going to discuss later on. Okay, so basically there are three modes, okay, that the ministry has outlined. Okay, there is online. This is what we call asynchronous. Offline, okay, it is asynchronous, and then offsite. Okay, for us, okay, this offline, it is also not totally offline. Okay, sometimes, okay, the students have some connection. Sometimes, okay, they have weak network, internet network, and so on. So we are going to focus on these two actually, PDPR secara dalam talian online and secara luar talian, or in our term, okay, we call this as asynchronous and synchronous. Okay, so this is an example of synchronous. It is real time, okay, in which we meet together virtually at the same time. Okay, that is synchronous. Asynchronous, it is, okay, we can give you some tasks, okay, in which we'll give you, usually we give you our students, okay, in our case, okay, we give our students a 1 week period, okay, to complete whatever tasks they have to complete. All right, so the focus will be on that. So before we start, right, perhaps, okay, we can start off with this. What are the challenges? Okay, what are the challenges that you face and also the students face during this PDPR? So perhaps, okay, I need your cooperation to go to padlet.com. Okay, I will, can Mimi type something, okay, the URL there? Okay, and then share with the participants through the chat box there. Right. Okay, so this is the page actually that I'm talking about. Okay, I want you to quickly, okay, to share, okay, what are the challenges that you face or your students face, okay, for this PDPR. Okay, so perhaps I can, those who have not the first time, okay, if you are using this Padlet for the first time, okay, I just demo, okay, give a quick demo. Okay, you can double click any space here, or you can also the plus button on the right hand there, you can click there, and then you can start giving your response. Okay, but before you can do that, okay, you can also sort of edit whatever if you're typing. So you can write your name here, the subject, for example, because, okay, we will be able to know who is contributing. Okay, or if you don't want to, okay, put your name there, no problem. So you can write. You can also, if you don't like to write, perhaps, okay, you prefer to speak. Okay, you prefer to speak. You can just click on the three dot button here, and then you can use the audio recorder here, and then record your voice, and then publish. Very simple. Okay, so this is the first tool that we are introducing you. Okay, this can be used for speaking activity, listening activity, can be for writing activity, and also reading activity. Okay, so we have two so far. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, from Madam Lalita. Okay, internet connection and also internet data. Okay, so quickly, perhaps you can not only faced by your students, it is also faced by teachers. Okay, challenges like this because teachers are also many teachers are also having the same problem, actually, poor internet connection and everything. Okay, uh, sharing handphone with siblings, parents. Okay, right. Time management is another issue. Okay, so when it comes to time management, it is also good actually to have a synchronous a synchronous session rather than synchronous, because asynchronous is more flexible. Okay, some students are working. Yes, we know that due to this pandemic. Okay, they are helping their parents. Okay, parents are being laid off. Okay, uh, cannot join online class. All right, so you can continue to share. If you don't want to type, okay, perhaps typing is taking so much of your time. Okay, you can use the audio recorder. Okay. So once again, okay, this is one very, very interesting tool actually to be used in your class, whether it is synchronous or whether it is asynchronous. Synchronous is like this. Okay, we ask our students to to share, okay, to respond to whatever using the audio. If they have a good device, for example, we can also encourage them to use a video recorder. Okay, so giving some options for our students. Okay, listening also can be done. Okay, by putting we can also upload a video audio file into this Padlet. Okay, back classes students, majority of them are working till late at night. Okay, yes. Independent learning management skills. No motivation. Okay, students have parents with their siblings. There's no time for them to finish their own work. Okay, technology literacy is also an issue here. I agree to that. Okay, Cikgu Diana. Okay, okay, students do not have their own study timetable. Okay, from Cikgu Nur Hikam, Nur Hikam bin Abu Zaki. All right. Okay. So how many people we have here? Okay, I think we have 30 people. Okay. So these are some of the, okay, you can continue, okay, continue easily distracted. Yes, I do agree. Okay, you can continue with that problems, okay, while I continue with these slides. Okay. All right. So those are the challenges, some of the challenges that you mentioned just now. Okay, it is true not only for primary school or secondary school, it also happened at university level. Okay, so at universities, because basically we have never, we were not trained, okay, during when we were in college last time, okay, maktab perguruan, right? Okay, we were not trained to have this online approach, okay, totally online, okay, in which we don't see our students face to face. So these are some of the comments I pick up from the Twitter, actually, from students, okay, in Malaysia, okay, talking about internet bandwidth, okay, talking about the effectiveness, okay, and then many students, actually, our students, okay, UTHM students complain that the workload that they have during these online classes, okay, comparatively more compared to, okay, to when we have face to face. All right. And these are some of the problems that okay, teachers face, Okay, I don't want to discuss further for this, right? You have pressure from parents, pressure from the peers, school, and also the top management. All right. Okay. So the keyword here is about empathy. Okay, knowing the problem, knowing the what our students are facing just now. Okay, we uh, acknowledge that. Okay, we know that some of our students are working with their helping their parents. Okay, devices problem. Okay, they cannot afford to have one-to-one ratio, one student, one device. Okay, empathy must be our first priority. Okay, understanding our learners, our the situation that they are in, and empathy also towards teachers. Okay, not only for learners. Okay, because teachers also need to have some sort of support. Okay, so this DICE is actually trying to give support to teachers on how, okay, frankly speaking, our team cannot solve everything. We are not here to solve every single problem that we have. Some problems, okay, it is totally beyond our control. All right. But we try to minimize, okay, try whatever we can do, we try to help. Okay. So students must slow before they can bloom. Okay, this is something that we have to be aware of. The needs of our students, okay, before they can start to think about all the homework, okay, the exercises that we give them, okay. Ada makan tak? Okay, that is the first thing that they need to think, okay, before they can be engaged in learning activities. All right. Okay. So in the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. Okay, so next is understanding, okay, integrating the technology. So I will go through this quickly. Okay, one thing is the mistake that we make are making actually, okay, not only okay at school level, at UC level, I must admit that what we are doing is we are transferring what we used to have in our classroom into online classroom. Okay, so that is a major mistake because using this online learning is not similar. It is not the same as what we can do when we have our children, when we have our students in front of us in our class. So more planning, more work has to be, okay, we have to prepare more actually for online learning. All right. And then the framework for 21st century learning, okay, I don't have to explain more, okay, and also HOTS and LOTS, okay. These are all the considerations that we have to take when working or delivering our content using online approach. All right. So we have KBAT, okay, kemahiran berfikir aras tinggi, or HOTS, okay. But whatever it is, whether it is online, whether it is offline, face-to-face, okay, hybrid, okay, the main aim is still there. That is, we want to create, we want to develop, okay, our students who are able to think critically, who are able to be to be creative, okay, enable to them to be creative, okay, able to collaborate and able to communicate, okay, not only locally but globally, okay. And 21st century skills also have these literacy skills that include information, media, and also technology skill, and of course the life skills. Ini nak hidup, macam mana nak hidup, okay, survival skill, okay, flexibility, leadership, initiative, productivity, and so on. Okay, these are the things that bind us, guide us, whatever approaches we take, whether it is face-to-face, whether it is hybrid or PDPR, those are our guide. Okay, so instruction should be student-centered. Okay, if possible, education should be collaborative. Okay, we will talk about that in our next session, how to make our students to get them into collaborative learning, although perhaps okay they don't have good internet connection, they don't have a good device. Okay, learning should have context. Okay, and then try to integrate. Okay, once again, whatever approach we are adopting, whether using okay online or not, learning first, technology second. So that is our mantra, should I say that? Okay, learning first, technology second. So in our lessons, okay, we have these learning outcomes or learning objective, okay, hasil pembelajaran. Okay, that will be our guide for that day. What do you want? What do I want to do? What I want, okay, what do I want my students to achieve today? Okay, and later you ask, okay, what is the best strategy? What is the best tool available for me and also available for the students? All right. So focus on the outcomes, not on the technology. All right. Focus on the outcomes, not on the technology. Okay. You don't worry. Okay, people, your friends are using iPad, using all those, okay, whatever expensive, okay, state of the arts, okay, technology to teach their children, students, but you don't have, your students don't have those, okay, luxury. We try to use whatever we have. Still, the focus is on the outcomes. So focus on the verbs, not on the nouns. Okay, because technology is changing, kita tak boleh nak kejar. Okay, so this DPAC, okay, we'll talk about it later. Okay, this is a combination of pedagogical skills. Okay, technological, pedagogical, and also content, right? Okay, so those are the DPAC. Right, now we have these just now challenges. Okay, the next activity, okay, before I have a few more slides after this. Okay, quickly, okay, I need you to go to this menti.com, and perhaps you can share what tools have you used or you are using until now, okay, for PDPR. Okay, and also, okay, the tools or apps that you think, okay, I want to use that, but I do not know how to use these tools. Perhaps we can help. Perhaps, okay, we can promise. Okay, so you go to this menti.com, right? Okay, menti.com, and put the code there, 1630 70 20. Okay, 1630 7020. You just list down all the tools that you have used or still using until, okay, today. That is first page, and then you can click on the next page. That is, okay, the tools that you wish you can use, you want to use, but you are not so sure, you are not familiar with that. Okay, you heard that your friend from other schools using, oh, this is good, very good, very good, but you don't have any idea. All right, so that will be the second page actually. Okay, thank you. The first one, use Kahoot and quizzes, Google Form, YouTube, WhatsApp. Okay, so these are the things that we, okay, it doesn't have to be what the tools. Okay, it can be very simple tools, okay, but effectively used rather than, okay, this is something that, okay, very canggih one, okay, but okay, it doesn't need, okay, fulfill the outcomes. Yes. Okay, Telegram, Google Form, Quizzes, Wiser.me. Okay, come on. We have 30 people. Okay, so this is menti.com or Mentimeter. Mentimeter is another tool actually that we can use to get quick response from our students. Okay, this is one simple slide. Okay, in which, okay, feedback. We can also have some quiz, okay, polling and so on. Okay, it can also be used for synchronous as well as asynchronous. All right. So Mentimeter and also Padlet, actually you can download the outcome of the discussion, whatever being discussed there, you can download and you put that in your file for evidence purposes, okay, filing purposes, whatever purposes, okay. And I advise you to download everything into PDF rather than into images, because PDF, if you have link, Padlet, for example, if you are using YouTube video, for example, some audio recorded, okay, response from the students and so on, still, if you are using PDF, we can still play all those files. We can still get those files because Padlet, they use their own server, okay, to save their whatever materials we have. Okay, so we have this word wall. Okay, so WhatsApp, quizzes, Telegram. Okay, these are very popular tools. Okay, then they are very effective. Actually, they are very effective. Okay, in fact, you can only use WhatsApp for the whole lesson. Okay, Canva for notes. Okay, that's very good. Okay, collaborative note. Okay, and at the same time, if you are done with that, okay, you can move to the second page. That is, okay, what tools or apps you want us to include in DICE. Okay, meaning okay, in our sessions, okay, talk about that. Okay, perhaps we can also provide you with a tutorial video on how to use that tool and app. Okay, so usually in our tutorial video, okay, we will provide, okay, from signing up actually into the publishing, okay, okay, any apps tools that can be easily accessed by the pupils, okay, by the students, yes, okay, that will be discussed right after this. Okay, so this one, okay, you can always go back into this page, okay, anytime if you okay, video making related tools, okay, less data so that all students can access it, okay, all right, so that is one consideration. Less internet usage, okay, Telegram video conference, all right, okay, take note, Ibu Talha, okay, for that. Okay, you can also always share, okay, add this and also directly tell us, okay, along the way, okay, throughout this course, okay. But we have some ideas, okay, of what to include in our session. All right. So this is another tool that we introduced. Okay, so far two, Mentimeter.com and also okay, Dr. Mimi is ready. Okay, can you give me a few minutes, Dr. Mimi? Okay, a few more slides. Okay, so what are the considerations in which, what tools or what activities we are going to use for our students? Okay, and of course we have to know who are our students. Okay, the whatever, you know, the background they have, okay, location and so on, okay, the internet. Okay, if we have low internet network bandwidth, okay, low here is below 1.5 megabit per second. Medium is between 1.5 to 2.5 megabit per second, and 2.5 megabit per second is considered high. Okay, I took this from UPM actually. Okay, and this one, okay, I think many of you know, okay, how to test your speed, internet speed. Okay, you can go to speedtest.net or speedtest.tm.com.my. Okay, so if our internet connection is low, considered as low, not only okay, our students especially, okay, our students, because sometimes we have our very high internet connection, okay, the teacher has high, but students have, okay, very low internet, majority, okay, low and medium perhaps, okay. So what apps are most suitable for them? Okay, we use group messaging, WhatsApp or Telegram, and approaches we use micro learning, slide as PDF, voice note, image with caption, and also text messages. Okay, these are some of the approaches that we can use if our students have low network bandwidth. Okay, let's say we are very lucky, our students have this high, okay, very good internet, okay. Once in a while, perhaps, okay, it is very good that we have virtual conference using Zoom or Google Meet with our students. Sometimes they need to have that, okay. Sometimes they want to listen to your voice. If it is not virtual conference, okay, it can be voice notes. Use a lot of voice notes so that they can listen to your voice. They miss their voice, actually, teachers. Okay, right. So don't worry, I will share this slide with you. Okay, and then we have this. Okay, avoid application that requires students to sign up or to sign in. Okay, Padlet, Mentimeter, those two are actually okay. You don't have to sign up. Okay, that is one tip. Less is more. Don't use too many tools at one time. If possible, only one or two application at one session, because less is more. And in terms of content also, don't give them too much. I think I'm giving you too much today. All right. So it is not really effective. Okay, one or two content. Micro learning. We are talking about micro learning. We are talking about micro content. Okay, that's why one content in one image, for example, one image with caption. All right, for example. Steep learning curve, something that is too difficult for us teachers to master. Okay, that app is very, very good. Okay, but very difficult for us to master, too complicated for students and so on. Try to avoid this. Okay, and this one, enjoyable learning should be enjoyable, meaningful, and so on. Okay, I think I've already exceeded my given time. Okay, for 5 minutes. Okay, so the next will be okay. I'm going to talk about actually about our learners, actually the generation gap. Okay, just one or two slides perhaps. Okay, now the students that you are teaching, actually they are Generation Z. Generation Z are from Form 1, okay, until Form 5. All are Generation Z. Okay, they are the last batch. Standard 6 and also Form 1, they are Generation Z. This Generation Z, they consume the least amount of TV content. You ask your children, okay, if they are now at the secondary school, or you notice, okay, that they have not watched TV3, drama pukul 7, whatever. Ada tak? Okay, this generation. Okay, they are extremely tech savvy. They like video. They love social media. And tak lama lagi, okay, you will get this generation Alpha. Now, they are in Standard 5. Standard 1 to Standard 5, they are Generation Alpha. Okay, they are more okay, in terms of the use of in terms of technology, these students, okay, they have their own YouTube channel. Okay, my son, Standard 5, has his own YouTube channel. And this is very, very important before I pass this to Dr. Mimi. Gen Z's average attention span is only 8 seconds. Okay, 8 seconds. So imagine if we cannot engage them, okay, then they are gone. Okay, they are not in front of us, they are in front of the screen, we do not know. Okay, they are not focusing on us actually. So that's why the importance of visual content. Okay, the visual content. And finally, okay, TikTok 60 seconds video, Twitter 140 seconds video, Instagram only allow you 60-second video. Why they use those video for 60 seconds, 140 seconds? Because of this, they want to capture the attention of these teenagers. All right. So with that, I pass this session to Dr. Mimi. If you have any questions, you can ask anytime, perhaps using the chat room. Okay. And I pass Dr. Mimi for the second half of this session. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, Dr. Mimi.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Zainal. So I will continue with how do you design your teaching and learning. Now you have to remember the concepts that Mr. Zainal has already highlighted. One, the attention span by this generation. Perhaps now they can still pay more attention a bit longer than the alpha generation, but still you have to think about how you need to focus on the time that you give for a certain activity. If you give input or if you give lectures, explanations, it should not be longer than 3 minutes perhaps. Okay, so and then the other thing is about the application that you use. You need to think about applications that do not require the students to sign up or sign in. Of course, teachers, perhaps they need to sign in or sign up for a particular application that they want to use for some, but for many, you can just sign in using your Google account or your Gmail. Okay, and then you do not use too many applications at one time. So think about a lesson that is about 40 minutes. Okay, so how much can you actually give? Now, because it is online, as Mr. Zainal has mentioned earlier, it's not digitizing your materials. For example, if in class you give notes to the students, you ask them to open textbook page 11 and read this page. Online, it's not advisable to do that. You can give them notes in chunks, in small, like what we're doing now, DICED. You are dicing your lesson into small pieces so that they can absorb what is being taught in the class. Okay, so online is not the same as face-to-face. It's difficult. It's different and it's quite complex. Okay, and as Mr. Zainal said, you need to give more time to craft or to frame or to design your teaching, to produce your materials. Okay, you can't just simply making it into a digital by making it PDF and that's it, and then upload it somewhere and students read it or just do the exercises on their own. So you have to really craft it for the online purposes. Okay, now before that, let me just give you just a brief concept of what you need to consider when you design your lesson. Okay, let me just a few seconds. Okay, so this is, let me, hold on a second. Okay, so just a brief introduction about me. I'm Dr. Miminaria Azwani Muhammad from Center for Language Studies, UTHM. A bit about myself. I've been a lecturer since 2004. I was teaching in schools, two schools, one in Alostar, Kedah, and one in Batu Pahat, Convent Batu Pahat. I'm also a researcher at one of the institution. Okay, just all right. This again some information. My expertise, teaching and learning, ESP, professional identities, linguistics and applied linguistics, social intelligence. Okay. Now, what we're going to look at for this session is how do you design your teaching and learning. You need to think about if for 40 minutes, what can I actually teach? You need to focus on meaningful learning, not meaningful teaching. It can be meaningful to you, but it may not be meaningful to the students to learn. So your focus here is learning, not really teaching. So how you teach actually affects learning, okay? So you need to think about how you design your teaching that can affect students' learning. How can it be meaningful to the students, okay? So you need to think about the approach. You need to think about the structure, okay? And you need to think about whether it is effective or not for your students to learn. If it is not for that lesson, you have to reflect and find what are the drawbacks, what can be improved, okay? So this is about teaching at one point and then reflect your teaching or the design of your lesson and improve the lesson for the next session or maybe for the next class. Okay, so it doesn't stop there. So that means when you have taught or conducted a lesson for a class and you find that there are drawbacks, there are some flaws, so you need to reflect and make some improvements and use the improved version of the lesson to the next class. You don't use the same thing to the next class, okay? So basically it's a process by which learning experiences are designed, developed, and delivered. So these are the three things. You design, you develop materials, and you deliver to the students. And at the end, you look at the effectiveness of the teaching and learning, okay? So this include video tutorials, your learning simulations, course syllabus, and whatnot. Okay, now this is the most important part. The first thing that you need to do before you design your lesson is to know what your students need. Okay, what do your students need? Now, we all have syllabus to follow. Okay, so for example, you have say teach students about contextual clues or teach students about tenses. So that is the syllabus. But what do you know about students' performance or knowledge in terms of those language functions or part of speech? Okay, so you need to have some kind of an idea so that you can choose the appropriate exercises. Now, most of you may use textbooks or workbooks, that's fine, but you do need to customize accordingly because you're not in front of the students to look at how they perform or how they do the assignment or the task. So you need to consider about how much do students know about a particular topic. Okay, then define the outcomes. What do you expect them to do or to have at the end of the lesson? Okay, and then you design and plan the assessment task. So at the end, what do you want the students to learn? So when I talk about assessment, it's not about quizzes, the scores or the marks, the tasks. It's about how much they have learned for that particular lesson. Okay, and then we design the teaching and learning activities. And at the end, after you have performed the teaching and learning session, you evaluate the effectiveness. Now, let's go through what I mean by all these things. So example of learning needs, students' learning needs. So maybe I want to teach about contextual clues. So I need to know how much do students know. If they already know that much, so I can give a little bit higher level in terms of the difficulty of the activity. I don't give simple ones, but perhaps if I find that there are students who are good, there are students who are not so good, then I can have two sets of activities for these students. See, because it's online, so you can actually manage this. And unlike face to face, where you have to go to one group to another, but because it's online, you can just the click of a button, you can just access their learning. Okay, and then the next step is to define the outcome. So you know this is the level, and what is it that you want to achieve. If the students level is not that high, remember you want to focus on meaningful learning. It's not how much, it's not the quantity of what they learn, it's the quality of what they learn. So at the end, what do you want them to know? So to me, if I want to teach contextual clues, I want the students to at least identify out of 10, maybe 2 unfamiliar words. Okay, for good students, maybe they can identify 10 out of 10. But for lower level, limited proficiency level of students, you aim for maybe 2 unfamiliar words, and that's fine. Okay. So in terms of the outcome, do you want the lesson to at the end of the lesson the students memorize? How much can they memorize? How much information can they retain? You have to think about that. If it's something that is continuous for another lesson, that perhaps then you can think about memorization for that particular lesson. And then do you want to just give them knowledge and skills without showing them how to use something or the knowledge or the skills? Again, if this is a continuation, then that's fine. Maybe in the previous lesson, you focus on memorization, and in the next lesson, you focus on giving the skills in relation to the knowledge in the previous lesson. And in the third lesson, maybe you can focus on the application of the knowledge and skills that you have provided earlier. So maybe the third lesson, you can guide them to apply the knowledge. So it's up to you. That's how you design. If you want the whole session to be about applying something based on their schemata or based on their previous knowledge, their background knowledge, that's fine. That's but how do you, the content that you put in, and how do you structure the lesson itself? Okay. All right. Then in terms of assessment, okay, so you have structured, this is what I want them to achieve. This is what basically what I want them to learn. So you need to think about, how am I going to assess that particular outcome? So I want the students to, the low level of proficiency students to at least identify or define 2 unfamiliar words. So how am I going to assess that? Do I give them multiple choice questions? Do I give them like a task where they describe the words? So I have to decide during this time. Then only I can decide on the activities. Okay, so here, this is an example of the outcome and link that to the assessment. Okay, and then how do I design activity? So what method do I use? Do I want to just give them notes? Online teaching and learning, just give them notes is not enough. Perhaps I can give them some interesting input using videos or using interactive slides where they can interact and ask questions. Okay, so you have to decide on that. Okay, so this is an example. You have the outcome, assessment, and then how do you teach it, or what do you teach, the content. Okay. Then in terms of the methods, you have to consider whether it's a physical classroom, it's fully online, or it's hybrid or blended learning. So in this case, it's fully online. So if it's fully online, you need to think about whether it's synchronous or asynchronous. Like Mr. Zainal said earlier, most probably you would do asynchronous, considering that some of your students may have bad connection to the internet, or they are sharing devices with their siblings, or they don't really have internet connection. So asynchronous is more appropriate in this context. But at times, maybe once in a while, you do need to have synchronous, so that you can see your students' faces, and that your students can see your face as well. And you know, they as Mrs. Zaina said, sometimes they do want to hear your voice, no matter what. Okay, they do need to have that kind of interaction, because one of the issues highlighted by students, our students, is that they felt like they were learning by themselves. They were alone, and they like, you know, they were not socializing. So synchronous approach or method could help to in a way resolve that situation. Maybe it's not for all classes. Maybe once in a while you could have synchronous. Okay. And then in terms of evaluation, the effectiveness, this is for you. This is not for the students. You give the students some kind of a quiz or a test for you to know whether your design is effective, or there needs to be some kind of improvements for the design itself. So in that way, it can help you to provide the meaningful learning, effective learning for your students. Okay, so that is about the design. Now I will, okay, I have about 5 minutes. I will show you how to create this, with this information, to create a lesson. Okay. All right, let me just first stop sharing. I will share using the Google document. Okay, can you all see this lesson plan?
Yes.
Okay. All right, thank you. Okay, so, sorry. So in this case, we have actually come up with a template that could help in designing your lesson. Okay, this is just a suggestion. You may have your own template, which is more comprehensible to you, but this is just what we feel that needs to be included in this lesson. Or in this template. So you have the item in the first column, and the description. Description includes the input and also the activities that you're going to conduct. And the third column is the application. Okay, so let's say you want to do a language function, in this case, contextual clues. And then the skill or skills that you want to include within this lesson is to use appropriate listening strategies. Now, as I said, you do not put in too much in your lesson. You do not expect too much of your students. So perhaps only one skill at a time. I know that you have the syllabus to cover and whatnot, but to me personally, the most important is to get the students' attention, to get them to focus on something and learn something meaningfully, instead of just covering the syllabus. Okay, because online teaching, you need to be, you can't be too, your pace can't be too fast, like what you can do during your face-to-face class. You have to consider about how the students digest the information or absorb the information, understand or comprehend the information through online. Okay, and they can't focus too long online. So it's best to focus on just a portion of something that you want to teach for one particular lesson. Okay, so in this case, I'm just focusing on use appropriate listening strategies. Now in English also, in language, you have the Cfr framework that you have to refer to. So I'm not going to touch too much on CFR in this workshop or in this program. Perhaps we can work out with the Cik Nazri later to come up with another program where we can just focus on CFR, because there's no way that we can focus too much on CFR for this one, because the focus for this program is to help you enhance your digital skills, to share our knowledge, to share our experience, and perhaps among yourself also you share experience in relation to teaching online and using applications and technology in helping your students to understand your lesson. Okay, so in this case, I focus on B1, and this is taken from the CFR book or companion. So I want the students to be able to deduce the probable meaning of unknown words or signs in a text. Okay, so this is the CFR descriptor for B1. So again, my topic is contextual clues. I want to focus on listening strategies, appropriate listening strategies, and also the descriptor for the listening. The descriptor here is to deduce probable meaning of unknown words or signs. Okay. Now the input. These are the input. What I'm going to do is I'm going to explain a little bit about contextual clues. I'm not going to talk all the way until the students understand. I'm going to provide introduction video, a YouTube that includes information about contextual clues. Not too long, within 3 minutes, as much as possible, not more than 3 minutes, and I will give it to the students to go through the videos. Now, this one you can do it as asynchronous. You can also do it as synchronous. But if you are doing it as asynchronous, that means offline, you're not live with your students. You can produce an introduction video by the teacher, by you. So that just a simple one, like not more than 1 minute, like, hi students, today we're going to learn about this. So I watched this video, and after this I will explain further. If you have any questions, we have the chat box, or we have the WhatsApp group, so you can ask the questions in the WhatsApp group. Okay, something like that. All right, then you will introduce the input. So here the input would be about what contextual clues are. So you can actually, when Mrs. Zainal share with you the Padlet link later, you will look at the video, because I don't think I have time to show you the video. It's just a short video explaining what contextual clues is about. Okay. And then after the video, I plan it to have like a short explanation. So again, this can be in a form of a video, the teacher explaining to the students, or if you are doing it as synchronous, you can explain it directly, but not too long. You can make this explanation as interactive, as quiz. Okay. You can use Edpuzzles if you are familiar with Edpuzzles. If not, we will introduce Edpuzzles to you later in other sessions. Or you can also use a Powtoon to produce like a slide or a video to explain to the students about contextual clues further with the examples here. Okay, and then or you can use even use Kahoot to explain to the students, like you're explaining, and then what do you think the answer is? So you give the options, and then you explain together with the students. So interactive, either interactive or using the video. All right. Okay. Then activities. So this is explanation, input. So next will be activities. What do you want the students to do? So here in this case, I have integrated reading and also listening. In the end, the students will be able to explain. Okay, so my focus is actually listening, but I have integrated with reading first, some readings, and also listening audio. Okay, so activities. This is the activity where you will ask the students to try to answer the questions. They can interact with each other. You can use Padlet, like what Mr. Zainal has shown you earlier, or you can use Google Documents, but that one is written. You can use Flipgrid, or you can use Padlet. No, I've already written that. Okay, or voice note using WhatsApp group. But when you use WhatsApp group, when the students interact with each other with WhatsApp, you can't really listen to what they are discussing. So if you use Flipgrid or if you use Padlet, you can check on what the students are discussing. Okay, and this is another activity. Okay, and then last, at the end of the session, you will have a short quiz. This short quiz again is not to get the students' score, but to get the students to know whether the students have learned something, or if they have not, they are not able to come to choose the correct answers appropriately. Maybe for good students, maybe you expect them to get 10 out of 10, but they get maybe 5 out of 10. So you have to go back to your instructions or your explanation whether they can understand it or not. So when you use Kahoot, I can see that some of you have already used Kahoot, but I'm going to just share with you about Kahoot. Okay, there's a few more. Hang on a second. Okay, so I can actually create make it fun in terms of after every if you're doing it synchronous, after every question you can stop the Kahoot and then you interact with the students. But if it's asynchronous, then you can just let the students play. This Kahoot can also be played either synchronously or asynchronously. Okay. So here actually I have actually added one as an example. So I can if I edit, so I can I can just add the question on top there, and then I bold it, and then they can choose whichever the answer is. You can change the time limit. Normally 20 seconds, you can change it to 30 seconds. 1 minute is too long, so maybe 30 seconds. Okay, and points, you can put it as standard or you can change it. And the other thing that I want to show about Kahoot is, let's say I'm done. Okay, I can actually okay, done. I can actually, if I want to play it, if those of you who are not familiar with Kahoot, you can assign it as self-paced. This is where you will provide the link to them, or if you're doing the class synchronously, then you can use you can click on teach. I wanted to show the first page, the first setting, but maybe when we go into Kahoot properly, then perhaps we can do that. Okay, it's already almost 3:38 now. Right. I think basically, I hope I'm not too fast. Basically, what I want to share, I've already shared with you. So if you have any question or you want to share anything.
All right. Okay. I also shared a link to Padlet actually. That link, okay, prepared Padlet, okay, contains all the, not all actually, okay. We have so far included some video tutorials, okay, for the tools that mentioned, okay. Uh, that is where the video tutorial comes, okay. We don't have the time to go each of these tools, okay, in our sessions because it won't be enough time, definitely. Usually, okay, let's say I conduct a StreamYard course or how to use StreamYard, for example. Usually I'll take at least 2 hours just to, okay, to on how to, okay, on how to, and also some tips on using StreamYard. So it is not possible for us to go through each of these tools. So that's why we are providing you with all the video tutorials. Okay. These are some of the video tutorials that we have made. Okay, 4 of us. There will be some more. Okay, there will be some more, and later on, okay, we will rearrange all these into according to whether these tools are actually for assessment, these tools are actually for content creation, sometimes, okay, curation. All right. Okay, so these are uh, what we have in this program. DICE actually, we provide you with this tutorial so that you can go through on your own, asynchronously, okay, asynchronously using your own time, okay. And then if you have any problems, okay, you need help, okay, you can ask around, okay, you can ask us, okay. I think many of the teachers here are also experts, okay. You can also contribute, okay, and help our fellow friends. All right. Okay. Any questions from the floor, from the participants? It's very quiet here. Okay.
So far, no, sir.
No, okay, don't
So
worry.
far, so far.
Okay.
Not yet, not yet, maybe.
All right, okay. So kalau ada apa-apa, please ask us, no problem. Okay. Encik Nazri, okay, Encik Nazri. We plan to have a one sort of WhatsApp group or Telegram group. Can Encik Nazri, can we ask Encik Nazri to help us to create this group because you have those numbers, right? We don't have. So that we can have more interaction with our participants, and also all the links later on, okay, there will be extra because this 1 hour is very, very short. 2 hours, okay, that will be more will be this shared later on, okay. But I think we need to amplify the conversation, okay. Some sort of giving us the platform for us to communicate, okay, with each other. Okay, so I think we ask your help to create the group, either Telegram or okay, WhatsApp. Okay, no problem. I think teachers prefer Telegram, I think. Right. Okay. All right. Okay. So
well, hello, Zainal?
Yeah. Yes. Still here?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes. Loud and clear.
All right. Okay. So first off, I would like to I would like to express my thanks and gratitude to UTHM teams and also to all teachers who likes what we call that voluntarily join these programs, and I really appreciate it. Well, concerning of the idea of having a group, okay, I will after this I will get all your details, especially all the details from the teachers. Okay, and I will set up a group. Okay, so that we could have more what we call it. Can I say the word intimate? Okay, more what we call it a group so that we can contact each other via Telegram group. So the Telegram group we'll set up later on, but I need the details from teachers by our another group from the pengetua group. So I think give me some times. I will set up the groups. Once the groups are set up, then I will let you all know. For teachers, thank you very much. And this is another what we call that CSR project from Sektor Pengurusan Sekolah. It's not under academy. However, we have fully what we call that support towards better or excellence in education. So I think for the groups, I will do later once I got all the details. Back to you, Encik Zainal.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, Sheikh Nazri for your help. Okay. Teachers, cikgu-cikgu ada apa-apa ke yang nak ditanya ke, nak minta pendapat ke, whatever lah. Anything before we end this session?
Just to like not remind, just to make people aware that we are not here to judge your English or whatsoever. We are here to help or to share our experience about teaching and learning. So you are the expert of the content. Okay, everybody is the expert of the content, but we are sharing with each other. Perhaps some of you may know more than us. And then you don't have the platform to share maybe your great experience with someone. So this is the platform for you to share, the happiness of teaching online or whatsoever. Okay, so we are trying to make this session like a relaxing session. It is not about you're not doing this, you're not doing that. No. That is not the concern of this program. The concern is to enhance, digital skills, to help each other, so that we can provide a meaningful learning for our students, and that's the focus.
Not only happiness, Dr. Mimi, it is also about frustration of
Yes.
frustration of this PDPR online teaching, online learning. Okay, the success stories as well as those not so successful. We learn from our mistakes.
Yes.
All right. Okay. All right, teachers. Anything? Ada apa-apa? Yeah. Anyone? Okay. Malu-malu lagi
I'm not asking a question.
Okay.
Just to say
Diana.
that I think this is a very good platform because I think us teachers need to refresh, need more sharing from others to refresh and make a PDPR session better. Because sometimes we are drained, something like that to say. How to improve our PDPR session. Sometimes it's hard to get our students to be involved. So I think this is a good sharing. Looking forward to the next sessions.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Cikgu Diana. Okay, in our next session, inshallah, okay, because we know that
Congratulations.
Many schools are actually opting for the printed materials. Okay, printed materials bagi modul kan dalam bentuk printed. Okay, student datang ataupun parents datang ke sekolah, ke postcard, whatever. Okay, in next session, okay, we will show you how to make your printed materials interactive. Okay, interactive. Dia ada phone dia, they are using their phone. Okay, they ada limited network, but still they can get the interactive content that you want to embed into your printed material. Okay, so nampak DAL, okay, the whatever, okay. Your spreadsheet ke whatever handout kan, but we can insert your video into your printed material, and we will show you how. It is easy actually. Okay, cukup mudah lah nak buat. Okay, we will provide you the tutorial video for that, and also if we have the time, e-module dalam bentuk guide to, okay, step by step guide. Okay, those are the things that we can share with you. All right, not only the, okay, because our concern, we know that the concern is, okay, many schools, many students are actually having this low internet network devices okay. Compatibility is another issue actually. Compatibility, okay, kita bagi dia canggih-canggih tapi phone dia hanya 1 GB je, for example. Okay, so that is another issue, another concern. So how to make it, you know, workable for the students. We are happy, students are happy, they are learning, okay, according, based on the instructional design, okay, because we don't want, okay, we give the students a quiz, 5 minutes habis lah. Okay, the lesson should be 2 hours, for example, or 1 hour, 5 minutes dia dah selesai dah. Okay, so the engagement, okay, so those are the things that we will work on, okay, for the next session. So hopefully tak lari. Okay, today we have 30 something. Okay, hopefully you, okay, you guys will come back for the next session. Cik Nazri will set the time, okay, and date, okay, for that. All right, so thank you very much. Okay,
Thank you.
All right, so I think we need to stop this session. Okay, so see you in our next session, inshallah. All right, thank you. Assalamualaikum and goodbye.
Thank you so much, Mr. Zainal, Dr. Mimi, and the team.
Thank you very
Waalaikumsalam.
much.
Thank you for joining us. See you next week. The next session.